provides the some of the basic features like speed, security, community, scalability. That's why developer loves Laravel. Means for displaying, controller retrieves data from database using model and sends to the view. And for storing part, it retrieves data from view and send it to model. Sorry, database using model. Step 1, install Composer. We go to the website getcomposer.org and download Composer. After installing, we open the terminal and type this command. If we see the version number, that means Composer is working directly or correctly. Step 2. The easiest way is by typing this command: Composer create project Laravel project name. Here project name will be your folder name. What you want your folder for this project. After that we can go inside the project folder and run PHP artisan serve. This starts the Laravel server. Then we open the browser and go to the localhost at port 8000. If we see the Laravel welcome page, that means Laravel is installed successfully. Now step 3 is configuration. In folder structure, open .env file and set our database details like database name, database username and password. Here you will get the syntax like this and update according your database name and password. So in short, install Composer, create project, run server and open browser, and for database connectivity, configure database in env file. Now let's understand the Laravel folder structure. When we create a Laravel project, we get many folders. Each folder has its own clear job. First is the app folder. Purpose of that contains the core application logic. We can consider as a heart of our project. Here we write our main logic inside models, controller and middleware. So whenever we create student model or student controller, it goes inside this folder. And how the file name looks like. Next is a bootstrap folder. The purpose of that, it is used for initialize the Laravel framework. This folder starts the Laravel application. You can think of it like starting the engine of a car. Without this, the app will not work. Then we have the config folder. Purpose of that is stores configuration file. This contains all settings like database, mail, app, name, etc. If we want to change any settings, we change it here without touching core codes. After that comes for database folder. Purpose of database folder. As we can get information from name itself. It is used for handles and performs activity with database. Here we have migration to create the tables. Tables will be created inside phpMyAdmin. Seeders to insert sample data. You can think of this like kitchen pantry, where all data and ingredients are stored. Next is a public folder. Purpose of that, the folder accessible to the web. This is the only folder users can access from the browser. It contains index.php, which will load first while you execute the program. Some CSS folder, JS folder, images, and so on. Think is like the front door of a restaurant where user enter. Then we have the resources folder. This contains our views and UI files. Purpose like template storing, front-end files. The file you have created for front-end is stored inside this folder. Blade template, CSS, JS file written here. So all design work happen inside this folder. After that, seventh is routes. Here we define all URLs for our web applications. Here we describe path or route where our web page will be live. For example, web.php for browser routes and api.php for API routes. You can think of routes like a menu card that tells what page opens for which URL. Next is storage. This storage logs, cache and uploaded files. Inside log folder, here some error log, activity creation logs are displayed. Like a storeroom where records and files are kept. Then comes to the vendor. This contains all Laravel and PHP packages installed by Composer. We never touch this folder directly. And finally, the .env file. This storage environment setting like database, name, username, password, email configuration, etc. Local and live server can have different env files. So in short, app used for logic, resources used for design, routes for URLs, database for data, public for entry point, and .env for setting. Let's think on building a restaurant app. In application folder, we are creating controller and model. In controller used for database connectivity and view for logic activity like fetching data from database, storing data. So we can consider as a kitchen prepares orders, and resources folders where we create front end like dining area, UI for customer. And third is routes. Here we are displaying our route for display our web page on which route. It is like menu card defines what customer can order. Means these or this option he or she has available. Database storing ingredients or data, and public folder it is used for storing CSS and JS. Consider as front end door customer access this app. When you create a Laravel project, you will see a file name .env in the project root. The .env file is used to store environment setting of Laravel project. Like it keeps information about database name, database username, database password, application name, application URL, and so on. The main use of .env is security and flexibility. How it is used for security? We never write password or secret key directly in the code. Instead of that, we store them in .env file. So our code stays safe. The same project can run on different system using different .env files. For example, on my laptop, I use one database. On the server, I use another database. Without changing the code, Laravel reads the .env file using env method and gives values to configuration file. Here, these all things are displayed. In short, the .env file is used to manage environment specific configuration safely and easily. Here, when you opens .env file, you will get some settings. Here how it is displayed. Here you can configure database port, database host name, database connection. You can use either MySQL or SQLite. Here database name, which will be used by another mail configuration settings, like which mailer you will be used on which port, or if you use any mail or any pass. Laravel gives us a command line tool called artisan. We use artisan command to create files, run the server, and manage the project easily. Here first, PHP artisan version. It is used to check artisan version, which version is installed in our project. First and main thing is PHP artisan serve. We use this command to start the Laravel server. After running it, we open the browser and go to the localhost 8000. PHP artisan list. It gives all the commands or any other specific description that can help you. Here PHP artisan help command name. Let's suppose you want a help or any description or options from migration. Then you can run like PHP artisan help migration. Here all the commands related to the server. Removing cache, removing route cache, configuration cache, view cache, etc. Make and generate commands. It is used for making controller, making model, making migration file. Here for creating controller, PHP artisan make controller, and it is a name of your controller file. Here name is student controller. Let's suppose if you want to create file name user controller, then what will be the command? PHP artisan make controller, and the name will be changed user controller. And same for making model. What you will do? PHP artisan make model and the name of model. Here how it is displayed. This command is used to create a model for database tables. If we write in end -m, then it will create a migration also. This command is used for migration, like running migration, creating migration file, rollback migration. if some mismatch happens, reset all migrations, and so on. What is middleware? If you want to create a middleware, then the command will be php artisan make middleware and the name of middleware file. Here you have displayed or write check age. Then the name of file will be checkage.php. Now move on. Request, seeders, factories, resources, commands, and all route database application log related commands. You will learn more about these commands when you actually execute these parts in your project. In short, artisan commands help us to create files, run the project, and manage Laravel faster using terminal. So these are the CLI commands in Laravel. They help us to save time, reduce manual work, and manage the project efficiently. So today we have discussed about MVC architecture, the use of .env file, and important CLI commands in Laravel. These concepts help us to understand how a Laravel project is structured, how configuration is managed securely, and how development becomes faster using command line tools. By using MVC, our code stays organized, and by using .env file, our applications remains the secure and flexible. And using by CLI commands, our work becomes efficient and time saving. This knowledge is very important for real world web development as well as exam and practicals. Thank you for listening. Before we end today's session, I just want to inform you that if you want and gain real world experience along with learning, you can explore the online internship opportunities at Chronix Labs. It is a work from anywhere internship where you can apply what you have learned today in practical projects. Details are available on chronixlabs.com. You may check it if you are interested. Thank you everyone.